All right, good morning. Lynn Snyder gets here with Carrie Froese, and Carrie has a business called Restored Sleep Consulting. And Carrie, would you tell us a little bit about yourself and about
Yeah.
your business? And first off, why Restored Sleep Consulting?
Yes. I am a mom of three boys, and my business grew out of um, my kid not sleeping. So my second was a terrible sleeper when he was little, and I was really struggling. It's hard when you're a new mom. It was my second, but it was still like new, and he wasn't sleeping. And so I found a way to train him to sleep through the night, and it changed my life. It was like freedom for me, and I just wanted to give back to others in the same way. I wanted others to experience that freedom. And as I was trying to think of what to name this business, I felt like I was truly restored when I finally got sleep and like had a handle on my life, and that's what I wanted for others.
So, what kind of training? How does someone train to be a sleep whisperer,
Yes.
per se?
There's a bunch of certification programs you can go through. I had got my bachelor's in a different line of work, but I was home with my kids. And so I trained through Sleep Sense, which is one of the top programs in the world. They train sleep consultants worldwide, and a very excellent program. And so that's the path that I chose.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So how old was your first when your second one was not sleeping very well?
He was 2. He was 2.5. I remember we were actually potty training him at the same time. So I'm like trying to hold my son to sleep, and then my other one's like having an accident outside, and my husband's working, and I don't know. Like I was a mess. I can't.
You were frazzled.
Yeah, I was frazzled. I was definitely struggling with postpartum depression, and so that was another level of darkness in that time.
So what do you recommend? So first up, who is your best client? I mean, is it just ladies with newborns, or is it toddlers who decide all of a sudden they want to give up their nap?
Oh man, I love all of them. There's different aspects of working with each age. So I do a lot of babies. I work with a lot of families with babies, but there's a lot of toddlers who have not slept well since they were a baby, and the parents just kind of adapted and tried to figure it out. And now they're toddlers, 3 or 4 or 5 years old, like a school age kid, and they're still not sleeping, and the parents are at their wits' end. And so it's fun to help at that age too.
So what importance does sleep play in the development of a child?
Goodness, that's a great question. Everything. It's what's really amazing is I do believe oftentimes development is delayed when sleep is fragmented. And so I talk to so many parents that once their kids start sleeping through the night, a few weeks later, a month later, they'll contact me and they'll say, my kid got like 4 teeth. They started walking. They started doing all these things, like they're catching up in development. So I truly think it's delayed. It compromises their immune system. They get sick more often. If they're in school, sleep deprivation looks a lot like ADHD, and so they can't focus, they can't concentrate. So it makes a world of difference when they're sleeping.
So we all think that sleep should be a natural thing, but I know a lot of adults that can't sleep. So, I mean, is sleep something for a newborn that they need training? Does it?
That's a great question. Yes. Some are naturally good sleepers. I call them unicorns. Like they it doesn't matter how they fall asleep, they sleep great. And a lot of parents have like some of each. They had one that was really good, and then the next one is throwing them for a loop because they don't know what to do because their first one slept well. So my theory is every child can be taught to sleep. It's a skill. Independent sleep, like good sleep, is a skill that you can learn. If you don't like sleep well naturally, every child can learn to sleep well.
And I would think this would transform to their parents too, because I know a lot of adults that say, oh, I don't need any sleep, or I can't sleep, or I stay up too late, or I get up too early. And I've always thought of sleep, and I've always been one who needs my 8 hours of sleep every night, and probably a nap in the afternoon.
Yes.
That it's like plugging in the battery. When you sleep, it recharges your whole system.
Absolutely. It transforms. Even the parents will say once their kid sleeps through the night, they start sleeping well, and they're a whole new person, especially moms. Like they're giving so much every day. They really need that sleep to refresh.
So what does it look like? Someone calls you up and they say, Carrie, I need help. And what do you do? I mean, do you go coach them? Do you meet with them one-on-one? Do you provide a plan for them? So tell me a little bit about that.
I always start with a conversation. I don't charge them anything. I just want to talk because I want to make sure that I can help them because I don't do anything medically related. It's all behavioral intervention. So if I get a sense of like, oh, this is bigger than me, then I send them to their pediatrician or something different. So if I know I can help, then we schedule. I actually have them fill out a really detailed questionnaire because I want to know everything I can about their family, about their child. I write a custom sleep plan for their child, and then we have a consultation in person or over Zoom, depending on if they're local or not. And I talk them through how to teach their child to sleep through the night, what to do, if this, then do this, how to tackle naps, like we just scheduling, it's all there. And then I coach them through the process of getting their child to sleep through the night. So we have phone calls and we have like constant communication. They fill out a sleep log and I'm just kind of supporting them until we're successful.
So you're like a sleep coach.
I'm like a sleep coach.
You're a sleep coach. So before we leave, and you're going to tell everybody how to get in touch with you, can you share a success story with us?
Oh my goodness. So I think it was last year, I had a mom reach out to me, and I have a lot of parents that have different levels of comfort with sleep training. Some are like, totally, I'm all in. I know this is what's best for my child. Some are really hesitant. Oftentimes they've been bed sharing and they just the thought of putting their child in their own crib, let alone like giving them space to learn to fall asleep on their own. That's a huge step for them. And they get really nervous. And so I had a mom who was really struggling. She also had postpartum depression. I love that I can like identify with that now because I've gone through that. And so we took it slow. Like I love that I can customize the plan to how comfortable the parents are. And we took it slow. We got that child out of the mom's bed. We got her in her own crib. The mom started sleeping through the night. And she told me one day, she said, this has saved me. Like I was at my wit's end. I was struggling with depression. I don't know what I would have done, but now my child is sleeping well and I'm sleeping well. And this has like transformed my life. And I just like, man, I try not to like take it on me. I'm like, you did the work. Really, you did the work. I guided you, but it's just such rewarding work to be able to change people's lives.
Yes, it is. Yeah. It is. And sleep is a major thing.
Yeah.
So Carrie, if someone wants your coaching and wants that one-on-one interview, what do they need to do?
They can email me. My email is Carrie, Carrie, at restoredsleepconsulting.com. I have a website, restoredsleepconsulting.com. Those are probably the two best ways. On Instagram, Facebook, like you can really find me anywhere.
You can find you anywhere. Yeah. Now that you can find us on the local Leaders Park bench. So if you need help or know someone that needs help, please reach out to Carrie. Thank you so much.